And as you became more immersed in the lifestyle of LA, what were your impressions? You grew up in Connecticut, you were used to probably knowing a lot of people around town. LA's different, there's so many interesting people. What were your impressions?
I think the word interesting. I hated it. I hated it for the first 6 months. I hated it till I started getting laid. I mean, let's be honest. When I first got out there, the air quality was terrible. I didn't know anybody except the 3 friends I came out with. I didn't have a job. It just seemed overwhelming a little bit because you come out here with a script and we don't know anybody. We don't know what we're doing. We hadn't quite come to that realization. The script wasn't even finished yet. So it was just this first beginning of an adventure and we had no idea what was going to happen. My initial plan was to stay for 6 months. I don't think I ever told the guys that, but I just kind of said, come out 6 months, if it doesn't work, go back. But obviously things changed because I think it's 11 years now, 12 years. But at the time, I didn't like it. But once I started getting familiar and I got a job working in a radio station. I couldn't get a job, that was another thing. When I first came out here, the whole concept was to live this dream, to go after a dream. And the first thing I do is try to find the same type of miserable job that I had back east, except it was just a different version of it. One of the interviews I went on was for a company called Cintas. They make uniforms for people. And they wouldn't hire me. I had a good resume, but I think everyone could tell that I wasn't enthusiastic. I mean, I didn't come 3,000 miles to do the same shit I'd been doing back east. Why would I do that? It didn't make any sense. I think they could tell. So, a girl I'd met along the way, she said to me, well, what's the one thing that you always loved doing? And it was only one thing. I never got paid for it. It was radio. So I kind of rekindled my interest in radio at that point and started working behind the scenes. So then once I had kind of a place, a job, and I started dating before I had that job. So for me, I felt like a bum. I'd go out, with a girl, and what do you do? Nothing right now. I'm in transition. I mean, I didn't realize, the whole thing about LA guys not working. So I didn't quite realize how bad that must have sounded and how girls must have gone home and told their girlfriends, like, oh God, he doesn't have a freaking job. But so I got a job, and then in the spring of 2001, I met a girl, and so that kind of, I got into a routine. And suddenly, you got money coming in, you're getting laid. So a guy who's 24, what else do you need? I mean, booze, maybe that. You got a roof over your head. So it was fine. I had reliable transportation. I get around and started to get into a lifestyle, and that's when it started getting better for me.